skills folder. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is open up the document in the using rubrics to assess employability skills, the Word document there. You're going to want to open that up, and it looks like this. I've got mine open. And then we're going to take a look at the actual assignment in that folder, the goals and priorities worksheet. So this assignment builds on the assignment from the last module. So you filled out your goals and priorities worksheet as if you were a work-ready trainee thinking about educational, personal, and workplace goals. And now we're going to look a little bit at how to assess that kind of work in a work-ready training, how the facilitator should go about assessing that work. So what I want you to do is think about, did you do a good job? Did you identify or did you show mastery of the standards that you identified in our last assignment? So for example, if you identified a benchmark from standard A, so for example, A6 understands the relationship between jobs, careers, family life, and leisure activity, or A7 can identify a problem and devise and implement a solution to the problem. Does the work that you did on the assignment really demonstrate that? So does the identification of supports to overcome your barrier really show that you understand how to solve a problem? And one of the ways that you can do that is by using a rubric. So if we look at the rubric here, and this is an example of a rubric, and I think probably two of the categories that really apply to that goals and priority worksheet are the responsibility and the flexibility categories. So for example, at the very poor end of the continuum, a participant might be unaware that there are many options or solutions to a given problem or situation. So they may just say, this is my obstacle and there's nothing that I can do about it. But then on the mastery end of the continuum, they begin to be able to apply creative and agile thinking to problems, or can modify their preferences and priorities in order to make things go smoothly. Or for responsibility, on the poor end of the continuum, unaware of what constitutes responsible behavior, and on the mastery end of the continuum, serves as a role model. So think about where you fall on this continuum, and this again is just to give you some practice in doing an assignment and then assessing the assignment. One thing I would like to just mention is that many facilitators think, well, I don't know if my participant has mastered this because I don't know if they actually are going to complete the goal that they set for themselves. But I just want to really illustrate that it's not about completing the goal. The mastery is about whether they can set realistic goals and figure out ways to overcome potential problems. That's really where we're looking at whether they are good or not whether they actually complete the goal, because as we know, life can change, new things can happen, goals can change. So it's more about the flexibility and the responsibility about setting realistic goals, taking responsibility for achieving those goals, if that makes sense. Okay, have fun.